1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
The Crossover with Marlon and Armon is brought to you by Western States Plumbing and AC.
You're now tuned in to The Crossover with Marlon Jones and Armon Williams.
Hold up, you're teaming up a Sun Devil and a Wildcat? Who came up with that brilliant idea?
The Crossover on KDUS AM 1060.
All right, welcome to The Crossover with Marlon Jones and Armon Williams, KDUS 1060, brought to you by Western States Plumbing and AC, where members receive 2 annual maintenance visits, as well as up to 20% off repairs and new systems. Give them a call today at 480-712-8908. Once again, that's 480-712-8908. And call into our listener line at 602-260-1060. Give us your take. Feel free to give us a call. Let us know what you think, what's on your mind. If you have any questions for us, feel free to go ahead and give us a call. Once again, that's 602-260-1060. All right, my name is Armon the Hammer Williams. My partner, crime, is Marlon Showtime Jones, Big Showtime Jones. Big Pimpin', what's going on, man?
Beautiful Saturday, glad to be here. Like Armon said, you got the number, y'all call in. Tell us what's happening.
Absolutely. Give us a call and let us give us a take. Let us know what you think about the show. Let us know if you got any questions, call in. And I want to go ahead and get right into it because we got a pretty busy show today. So folks, it's time to give you that honey that you've been waiting for and what we call the opening buzz.
And now it's time for the opening buzz.
Out of the gun, 4-man rush. Here comes a trail blitzer. Blau on the move to his right. Looking, surveying, throwing. He's got a man front corner of the end zone. Just inside the pylon, and it's a Cardinals touchdown. David Blau going to the far side of the end zone and making the touchdown pass on the money to Brian Cobbs.
Go for 2. Let's do it. David working his magic. Cover 5. 5 defenders right across the goal line. That call has a lot of question marks.
Trail 17-16, Blau. Inside handoff, DiMercado trying the right side, moving the pile and into the end zone. 2-point conversion of Mari DiMercado.
That won the game right there. That was 2 seconds left, or actually under a minute left, and then the 2-point conversion by Amari DiMercado, because that was David Blau, the backup quarterback. He's like right now the third-string quarterback. He tied up the game late in the game with his connection to Brian Cobbs and Amari DiMercado. So that was it's a nice win for the Cardinals to go ahead and to open the season and to start off this new regime.
Yeah, it was. I didn't catch too much of it. I'm not too much into the preseason, until it gets later and the starters start playing more minutes. But, for the little bit that I caught, you're absolutely right. It was a good start, on a good positive note, new regime. Go for it on 2. Let's go for the win and try and set the tone for the rest of training camp and lead up to the season, for sure.
Yeah, I felt somewhat compelled. I felt the need to watch the game. It actually kind of slipped me. I was just kind of hanging out. I'm like, oh, crap. The Cardinals are playing the Denver Broncos today. I think I might want to watch this. So I watched the first half, and I started to watch a little bit in the second half. I fell asleep in the third quarter.
Oh, yeah.
I was too tired. I was getting ready for the show, man. But,
for sure.
But I definitely wanted to go ahead and catch up. I woke up early this morning, about 3 o'clock in the morning, and started looking at some of the notes and started looking at some of the statistics. And some things that to keep in mind is that obviously this is the first game of the preseason. You're talking about Colt McCoy. He didn't play but one series. He only played one series. He was 4 for 4. He had 17 yards, no touchdowns. He converted 1 first down. And then after that, his series was pretty much done. And then from the rest, pretty much the overwhelming majority of the rest of the game, it was Clayton Tune. There's the backup quarterback right now. And under the circumstances that the Cardinals are currently in, he's going to have to get the majority of the reps this preseason. So it's important for him to develop and grow, because he very well could wind up at some point in the season starting, because of the fact that Colt McCoy is injury prone. He's nursing some injuries right now going into this game, so they didn't want to play him that much. Whereas on the opposite end of the spectrum, the Denver Broncos, under the new coach, Sean Payton, they played their starters the majority of the first half. Matter of fact, Russell Wilson and the crew didn't leave the field until like late in the second quarter. After they were able to drive the football down the field, they missed an opportunity to convert a first down, but they went ahead and went for it on fourth down. They converted on fourth down, got the touchdown, went up 7-0, and then they went ahead and they pulled their starters. So it was a little bit different between the Cardinals' strategy going into this first game in the Denver Broncos.
Right. So the quarterback Tune, where did he go to college? Do we know? Like, what's his background?
That's a good question.
Because he actually, the little bit that I did watch, like you said, Murray didn't play, and Cole
Clayton Tune's out of Houston. He's out of Houston.
Okay.
I was like, where is he? Yeah. He came from Houston. He actually had a pretty prolific career at Houston.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Most quarterbacks from Houston do.
Yeah.
They get a chance to throw the ball up and down the field a little bit, and actually we get to see a little bit of that in 24 because we're on the Big 12 now.
Yeah.
With Houston.
Absolutely.
I remember the last time that I saw Houston play. Man, I think it was 1920 when they played ASU that bowl game and they threw like 70-something points on the board.
What bowl game was that?
I want to say that was in Hawaii.
Was that a Hawaii bowl?
But that was
2020?
No. I'm talking about back when I saw personally.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, they didn't play them recently. They played U of A recently,
right?
And they beat us pretty badly.
Yeah, they beat ASU pretty badly. They put 70 on the board with that run and shoot. So that was right after Andre Ware had left Houston.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, that's back in the day, man. You were like dating yourself with that one.
You know what? It is what it is, man.
Well, talking about going back to the Cardinals, because it was an important game for them. It was a good start for Johnathan Gannon and Manny Austin-Fort and his staff to be able to pull that game out. It was kind of sloppy. I'll say this. I'll give kudos to the defensive unit. I saw some things that I was impressed about. In particular, I was really impressed with the work that Zaven Collins did. I thought that Collins did a good job. They moved him from Mike linebacker to the edge, and I thought that he did a pretty good job off the edge. And in addition to that, there was Dennis Gardeck with a big sack on Russell Wilson. We got that clip for you. Go ahead and pull that up real quick.
Mercado would not be denied. Put the shoulder pads down and delivered a facial as he pressed the goal line and hit pay dirt.
Wilson to the air, in trouble, and Wilson sacked by Dennis Gardeck. Gardeck, who came into the NFL just trying to make the roster, became an outstanding special teams player. Wilson to the air.
All right, the first play that you heard, that was Amari DeMarcado for the 2-point conversion to win the game, or to go up by a point and wind up winning the game 18-17. But you heard Dennis Gardeck, who was actually kind of he was a journeyman, kind of a walk-on. He had to fight for his opportunity to make the squad, and initially was a special teams player, but now he's a central part of this defense. And that particular play was really impressive to me. He went hard rush on the outside, was able to go ahead and eat up the offensive tackle's back shoulder or his outside shoulder, and then he went and did one of those moves, kind of dipped inside and kind of got up underneath the shoulder pads, was able to go ahead and shuck him off and throw him off, kind of a la Reggie White, except for it wasn't as explosive as Reggie White did back in the days, but it was a good move by him. I'm really impressed by him, and I'm impressed by Zaven Collins. Now, of course, there were a lot of Arizona Cardinals that did not participate, did not play in the game. So
right.
It is what it is, but it's a good first start for the Cardinals.
So what about the strategy with Sean Payton playing the starters with a lot of minutes? That's kind of
it's old school.
Is it okay?
I think his strategy is old school. He wanted to go ahead and instill kind of like a new attitude, kind of a throwback kind of mentality, even though his throwback mentality really only dates back to maybe about 10, 15 years ago or so.
Right.
But it is a little bit more of okay, I'm going to make sure that you guys work. I want to make sure that you guys have chemistry before you come off the football field. We're not counting numbers. This is not kind of like a pitcher's count type of thing. We're not going to baby you guys. We want you guys to get in there, mix it up, be physical, execute the strategy, execute the game plan. And I think a lot of people might question it based on today's day and age, the way that they do football nowadays. But he doesn't really care about that. he's going to go ahead and do what he feels that his team needs to do based on his philosophy.
He's not a metrics guy.
Definitely not a metrics guy. It's not as far as that's concerned.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that it was an interesting move. It's yet to be seen how how they respond long term, how the Denver Broncos react off that moving forward, if that's going to benefit them or not. But at least in his mind, he feels that that's what they need to do in order to prepare for the season. Now, granted, they were going up against second, third stringers.
Mm-hmm.
By the time that they scored the touchdown late in the second quarter, going in towards halftime, so that's a testament to the Cardinals. That they had a lot of starters. Buda Baker did not play. I don't think Isaiah Simmons suited up. I know Marquise Brown did not suit up for the game. James Conner didn't suit up. Obviously, Kyler Murray was out for the game. So there are quite a few guys on Cardinals offense and defensive starting units that did not play, whereas the Denver Broncos, their starters definitely played.
So it was a positive all around for the Cardinals start for the season, with this preseason.
I think it was.
With them being able to compete with Denver's first unit, with their second and third unit, and played well, and then at the end had enough confidence. Let's go for two, win the game. So I really think that the new coaching staff is really setting a mark and setting a whole new path of Cardinals football. I think fans should be kind of excited about that whole attitude.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they're going to have a rough road. Let's make no mistake about it. They're probably going to suck and suck badly. But if they're going to suck, right now is the time to suck. And that's the reason why they're played Clayton Tune so much, because they're going to depend on him probably a decent stretch of this season. Who knows when Kyler Murray is going to be able to get back? And in the meantime, they need to make sure that he's at least representable there. And I thought that he did a pretty good job. He was inconsistent at times. He overthrew his intended receiver on some out routes that might be a little bit concerning. But for the most part, I think he started to figure it out in the second half. And particularly, he had one play in particular where he connected with Carlton Davis to tie the game up. And I don't know if we have that soundbite real quick, but we'll, if you do, let's go ahead and play that.
You're going to have to go ahead and make adjustments to what he's comfortable with.
Tune to the end zone, touchdown! Caden Davis got free in the back of the end zone, and Tune found him. The Cardinals within a point.
Boy, how about that right there? Clayton Tune dropping a dime. That is a great read and a great throw. And once again,
and that's going to come in handy. I mean, that's going to make a world of benefit for him moving forward. Giving him confidence in as he continues to go ahead and try to grow and develop as a backup and a potential starter in this league.
For sure.
All right, coming up next, build it and they will come. The Arizona Coyotes claim the owner of the Arizona Coyotes. He claims that he wants to purchase land to build an arena in the East Valley. So we'll break that down further next, right here on the Crossover, KDUS 1060.